Alright guys, we're back down at the range with a budget pistol, and I think this is about as cheap as you can get and still actually work. This is a $100 Heritage 22 long rifle, and Heritage makes a lot of these single action Colt copies chambered in 22 and 22 mag. And this particular one I picked up from American Pawn & Gun used, but it was in almost like new condition. And I did some research online and found these for about $125 in various places. So go check out Slick Guns. I'll try to add links in the description below, but prices are always changing. But just know that you can find these revolvers for about $125 depending on the configuration. So far, I really like it. It is a single action, like I said earlier, which means you have to cock the hammer every time. And to load it, you have to open the loading gate, then cock the hammer to half cock, and rotate the cylinder and load one at a time. So let's load it up with some Federal White Box. Now, I love revolvers like this because they are a great training aid and a teaching aid for new shooters. Because if something happens, they have to recock the hammer to fire the second round, making them inherently just a touch safer than some other 22 revolvers that are on the market. So, a great training aid. Also, there's very little recoil on something like this since they're very heavy. Now, these are made out of like a pot metal, and that's why they're so heavy. These actually don't meet the melting requirements in some states, and a lot of states passed that law for Saturday night specials a while back. So it's a pretty cool revolver, and it seems like it's fairly well made for the money. And this is actually the only revolver that I've ever seen that has a safety. So right now the safety's on. I'm going to take it off. I'll show you that in a second close up, but let's take some of the first shots. That thing is a fun little revolver. You can plink with this thing all day. It also forces you to really slow down and take your time. So to unload it, you flip down the loading gate, pull the hammer to half cock, and then you have to rotate it and eject all the shells. This is probably very common knowledge for all you single action shooters, but overall, pretty cool. So here is the safety I talked about earlier, and right now the firearm is on safe and now is on fire, and you can see there's a red dot there, and I believe it just actuates this little lever in the back which acts like a transfer bar, which prevents the hammer from hitting the firing pin. So it's on safe, and I'm going to pull the trigger in a safe direction at the ground just in case something goes wrong. But you can see a fully loaded firearm will not fire with this on safe. Now I'm going to flip it to fire, and let's take some shots at the targets. Now I'm going to take a shot at maybe one of those soda bottles. Let's see how accurate this thing is. Finally got it. I think I was shooting a hair low, but really, really fun gun. All right, we're about 65 yards now. I'm going to try to take some shots between the trucks and see how accurate this little guy is. Not too bad. I think that was 5 out of 6. So overall, if you do your part, I think this gun is capable at this distance. Well guys, we are done shooting for today, and I am super pleased with this pistol. Probably some of the best $100 I've ever spent. This gun just works, and it's really accurate. The trigger seems very crisp, and overall it seems like a solid construction even for that $125 brand new price point. The grips are very nice wood. The finish seems very good. Really, probably the only downfall is probably going to be the lifespan of this gun. I'm not quite sure, but I'll keep you updated in the future on how this pistol performs over its complete history and dumping rounds after rounds to it. Probably shot about 150 rounds of some Federal White Box, and it ran great. So just a plinking revolver down at the range. So I hope you guys liked the video, and if you have, please check out my other ones and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.